everyone. Welcome to Living Room Theater. My name is Kesa, and today we are going to play a movement theater game. That means that I'm going to ask you to follow along with me, move around your space, and play a theater game with me. So today we are going to play the game Impulse Robots. This is a game that requires you to turn off your human brain and turn on your robot brain. So your robot brain lives in your gut or your stomach, and there, instinct and impulse is in charge. Your robot brain doesn't care about the shoulds or the because or the why. They just do what they want to do. So when your robot brain is in charge, you're only listening to your instincts or your impulses. So let's get up and turn on our robot brain, and I'll introduce you to the robot grid. Let's go. So wherever you are, whether it's your living room, backyard, bedroom, wherever it may be, you are now standing on your robot grid. And let me tell you about this grid, because even though your impulse robot brain only listens to instincts and impulses and only ever does what it wants, there are still rules on the grid. So when you are a robot and when you get on the grid, the only movements that you're allowed to do are walk forward, walk backwards, stop, take a quarter turn. So if I'm facing this way, I can turn this way, or I can turn this way, and this way. And the last movement is you can jump into the air and yell starburst. You can't do anything else. So there's no running, there's no talking other than starburst, there's no walking diagonally, no skipping, no galloping, none of that business. It's just those 5 simple movements. Because there are only a few simple movements, it's often easier to listen to your robot brain and see which of those simple movements you want to do. So let's work on turning off our human brain, turning on our robot brain, and getting on the grid, and let's see what happens. Okay, so to turn off your human brain, let's try to imagine that you're taking it out of your skull. So think of all the becauses and the shoulds and take it right out and throw it away. Then you're gonna turn on your robot brain, boop, 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 and let's get started. So you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but start on your grid, and remember, just listen to your robot brain and see which of those movements you want to do. Go. Okay, get off your robot grid. How did you do? Were you able to listen to your robot brain and move around the space like that? Good job. So we're gonna get back on our grid, except this time, I'm gonna add a couple new abilities that your robot now has. So we're kinda gonna do an upgrade. So this time, we're going to add speed. So your robot, while they're walking backwards or forwards, now can choose to run super, super fast, or just move really quickly, or move really, really, really slowly. So add that to the functions that your robot has, and we'll get back on the grid and see what your robot brain wants to do. Let's go. Awesome. All right, shake that off. Great job being impulse robots on that. Okay, we're gonna do one more final upgrade and give ourselves a few more abilities as robots to add to our robot grid. But to do that, we actually have to take one away. So we're no longer allowed to jump and say starburst. Scratch that. You don't have that ability as your robot. Instead, what you are able to do is drop to the ground in a squat like this and say, ribbit. So no more starburst. Instead, you can turn into a frog for a second, ribbit, and then keep going around. And the other thing that you can do is skip. So just to review, because that's a lot, you can walk forward, you can walk backwards, you can turn a quarter turn, you can always stop, you can adjust your speed, so you can go a lot faster, you can go really, really slowly, you can drop to the floor and say ribbit, and you can skip around, skippity-doo. But remember, when you are skipping, remember to still be on your grid. So we still can't go diagonally. We still have to go either forwards or backwards and then turn around like that. Okay, so let's try it. If I leave the screen, that's okay. I'm just following my impulse robot brain. You can do that too. This will be probably about a minute of robot grid walking. I don't know how to call that, of being an impulse robot. So let's try it together. Okay, remember, your human brain is off, your robot brain is on. Boop, boop, boop. Let's go. Ribbit. Ribbit. Awesome. All right, shake that off. Great job. Excellent impulse robots, everyone. Great job. So remember, before you end this video, make sure that you turn off your robot brain and turn back on your human brain so that you can start listening to things like why and because and should, because those are also important sometimes. If you found this video fun, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that we can play more impulse robots down the line. And finally, from my living room to yours, let's make some theater.